Why do people in Kenya eat a lot of indigenous vegetables? Well, there are several reasons. First, these veggies are incredibly nutritious. We're talking about foods like amaranth, also known as terere, spider plant, saga or saga, African nightshade, manaju, cowpea leaves, kunde, and pumpkin leaves. These greens are loaded with essential vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants that are vital for our health. They're a rich source of vitamin A, which is important for good eyesight, and vitamin C, which boosts our immune system. They're also packed with minerals like iron to prevent anemia, calcium for strong bones, and zinc to help us grow and stay healthy. Plus, they've got lots of fiber, which aids digestion and helps us feel full for longer. And if that's not enough, these indigenous vegetables are often more nutrient-dense than their exotic counterparts like cabbage or kale, so it's a win-win for your health. Second, they're environmentally friendly. These plants are adapted to the local climate, so they don't need much water or chemicals to grow. They're also more resistant to pests and diseases, which means fewer crop losses. By using indigenous vegetables, farmers are contributing to agrobiodiversity, which is the variety of different plants and animals on our farms. They're also helping to preserve traditional seed varieties that have been passed down for generations. And that's important because these seeds are not only part of our cultural heritage, but they also hold valuable genetic traits that can help us develop new, more resilient crops in the future. Plus, these veggies are a great way to combat climate change. Because they're naturally pest and disease resistant, farmers don't need to rely on harmful pesticides, which pollute our environment and harm wildlife. Not to mention that these veggies can thrive in poor soils, so they don't require synthetic fertilizers, which contribute to greenhouse gas emissions. Third, they're an important part of our cultural heritage. Many indigenous vegetables have been used for centuries in traditional medicine, rituals, and ceremonies. For example, some believe that certain vegetables can help treat conditions like diabetes or malaria. Others use the leaves as a herbal tea. By preserving the use of these vegetables, we're helping to maintain traditional knowledge and culinary practices that have been passed down for generations. We're also connecting ourselves to our ancestral roots and the local food systems that have sustained our communities for centuries. Fourth, they can be a source of income and economic empowerment, especially for smallholder farmers who often live in rural areas and rely on agriculture as their main source of income. The growing demand for indigenous